welcome to Vision of Asia, the news you can trust in events that move and celebrate our very own South Asian community. I am Pia Jyoti Khatru coming to you from our ITV Gold studio in New Jersey. In today's weekly edition on Vision of Asia, we have Draupadi Murmu as India's new 15th president. We also have Edison Police Department and Edison Glen Terrace Association join hands to teach kids from community safety and prevention. And we also have the crowning of Miss India, Miss Teen and Mrs. India, New Jersey. Followed by Tollywood superstar and National Film Award winner Ritu Parna felicitation. We will be back right after these short messages.
My first question is, Rishi Sunak is now the closest anyone of the Indian origin has ever been to taking charge as British Prime Minister. His Conservative Party colleagues voted overwhelmingly in favor with 137 votes in the final round on Wednesday. The former Chancellor is not assured a similarly easy ride as he faces a much tougher electorate of the Tory membership base, which has shown favoritism for his rival Liz Truss in most recent surveys. What are his chances? Why should people vote for him?
Well, I think he's very able, very smart, very professional, and very well-informed politician in the Tory or Tory party in UK. And as you know that before Prime Minister Boris Johnson resigned, he was number 2. And he was a very young, dynamic, dashing politician. And personally, I mean, I'm a bias about him because he's of Indian origin, Indian descent. Obviously, he born in England, but his parents were Indian descent. I think he's Punjabi, if I'm not wrong. Sonak is a Punjabi name, correct? So maybe, but and he married to a very close friend of mine, Narayan Murthy, who is a founding chairman of the Infosys, which is the largest tech company in India. It's a public company, and he married to Narayan Murthy's daughter. So all in all, I personally favor him, and let's see what happens. I think he has a 80% chances that he might be a prime minister, and this is a history making because once he becomes a prime minister, he's the first prime minister who is kind of Indian descent or even foreign descent in UK, because in the United Kingdom so far none of the prime minister in their 1,000 years of history or whatever long history they have, none of the prime minister was non-English prime minister. So it's history making, and it's a very welcome change in the UK democracy.
Is the excitement similar when Kamala Harris was running for the vice presidentship in India, especially?
No, I think it's more than that, because see here, this person, Sonak, I mean Rishi, has 80% chances that he will be prime minister, and that is a top post of the UK, United Kingdom, and that is a country which ruled us 200 years, so or colonized us for 200 years. So if you look at that way, nostalgic way, it is much more important than Kamala Harris running for vice president. Obviously, there was excitement in India that time when Kamala Harris was running, but it did not have that significant. If she would have ran for presidency, then it is a different thing.
And they will be having the debate soon. So where do you think the points will be raised? How different are the thought processes of Rishi Sunak and Liz Truss? What will be?
I think what I understand that Rishi Sunak is a very accomplished economist. He was a finance minister. He was, they call it as a chancellor. And his way of economy is a kind of more of supply side of the economy. It means they believe in the less small government, less taxes, and more business. And about Liz, I'm not familiar with her thinking, but I'm sure, being a Tory person, usually all the members of the Tory party,
they're conservatives.
They are like a Republican Party here.
Right.
They like small government. They like less taxes, and they like to encourage more private businesses. And so I'm sure both are more or less same thing, you know.
There is so much of clarity when you say, like, Republican Party, they want less taxes. Did people in US not understand this when they voted for President Biden?
Well, they understand, but unfortunately that time media was against President Trump. And they really, as you know, the media has that power. They can make you king, or they can tear you down. And I think they
And the big tech also.
And they all kind of highlighted all his mistake, or twisted his speeches and his quotation and so forth. And so I think that was the reason why Biden won.
Do you think we'll see some changes in the midterm?
I think so, because right now even Biden popularity is very low. I think it's about 36 or 35%. And plus, even Democrats are getting tired of the Biden because of high inflation. Means day-to-day commodities or essential thing is very expensive for common American person. Food or gasoline or whatever you call it, everything is so expensive. So I think Biden will have a very tough time in 2024.
For him to go to Saudi and ask for petrol and diesel and gas, do you think that was a wise decision when we have all the rich reserves here in the United States?
Well, that is unfortunate Democratic Party's policy that we don't want to drill here.
But drill elsewhere,
Drill
is that
elsewhere,
okay for
because
the climate?
because they think that drilling here is kind of for creating more pollution or more. So that's their thinking. But I don't think that thinking can last too long, because I think now they can realize that not drilling here and asking from even Saudi Arabia more petrol is going to be more expensive. So it doesn't solve the problem.
So Parliament Monsoon Session 2022 in India, government lines up 32 bills for discussion in houses. The opposition is demanding a debate in Parliament on the issue of price rise and GST, but the government is not agreeing. What do you have to say on that?
Well, I think any important issue like GST and price rise, there should be a discussion, and in democracy, and let's hear everyone's point of view, and after discussion, let's vote for it. And if majority believes in favor of government of India, be so. But discussion has to be there and should be there in democracy.
And what about the latest, the rupee falling to comparison?
Well, because of our dollar, US dollar is getting very strong, and that's why rupees are falling kind of historical low, is almost 80 rupees per dollar. And that is not good news for Indian economy, because that that makes all Indian import and export very expensive, and not many buyers or seller will be there, and that will create the more inflation in India, and that will affect the common people.
What does India need to do?
India has to raise again, just like here they are raising the interest rate. They should raise the interest rate, and once they raise the interest rate, the amount of money liquidity of the money, they should kind of pull out or make it kind of drain out, because that way people don't have too much money in their hand to spend, and otherwise inflation can go out of hand. And right now in India also inflation is very high.
Over 163,000 Indians gave up their citizenship last year, the highest since 2015, with almost half of them choosing to become US citizens, according to the data shared by the Union government in Parliament on Tuesday. Why do you think this is happening? Is it a good thing or time for the Indian government to see the red flag?
No, I think because USA is a land of opportunities and land of what you call, it's a dream land where the person can, if they work hard, they can reach any height. And the life, day-to-day life is so easy and without any kind of interference, without any kind of day-to-day corruption. Availability of all the goods is very easy. While in India, sometimes what happens is, even though you have plenty of money, certain thing you cannot get it because availability is not there, right? So I think it's good that whatever 163,000 or 200,000 people are getting US citizen. It's very good news, because that way they will have they and their family will have a better life, plus by better opportunities. So by earning more money, they can send more money back home.
Right.
So back home, people who are there, their families or friends, they will be benefited. So it's all win-win situation.
Okay, so my last question for you today is, how excited are you for this year's India Day Parade organized by Federation of Indian Associations, FIA?
Well, as you know, I'm a senior advisor to Federation of Indian Association, and I am with the FIA since inception. And last several years, I'm being a grand sponsor of this parade. And this is the second largest parade outside India. I mean, after Delhi parade. And this is a great platform where we can showcase our culture, our political views, our religious views, and we can tell our second generation that where we come from, and what is India is about, Mother India is about, and so forth. So I think it's a great teaching to the second generation and great teaching to the American here to showcase that who we are. And I think this year Grand Marshal is very pan India superstar Allu Arjun, who had one very successful movie last few months called Puspa. And I'm sure a lot of our South Indian and North Indian has watched this movie.
Yeah, huge fan.
Huge fan, right. So I think this year, having this Allu Arjun, we selected Allu Arjun as a Grand Marshal. So we hope that there will be more South Indian and North Indian together. There will be more young people will be there. And that's the whole idea behind selecting Allu Arjun. Because sometimes what happens is, in some India Day parade, only Bollywood star attracts only North Indian. They don't attract the South Indian because they have their different film industries. So this way, I think this year, I think we have a chance to attract both the South and North, pan India into the parade.
Very sensible decision.
Right.
So any last words of advice before we leave?
Well, dear friends, now the summer is, this is the height of the summer. We have a lot of good things are happening. One is India Day Parade is happening. Our Grand Marshal is Allu Arjun, who is a superstar, pan-India superstar. And he's very popular among the young generation, young girls and boys. And he's the most sick or more look after in the Google as well as
searched, yeah.
all the social media. So please come and join the parade. Parade will be on 21st of August in Manhattan. We'll start from 38th Street and will end on 23rd Street. And in the evening we have very nice dinner gala on Pier 60 and a lot of festivity. So please come and join us, and also let's hope that our Indian descent candidate Rishi Sunak will be a next Prime Minister of UK and should make a history in the history of the United Kingdom. So till then, let me conclude saying God bless you, God bless America, God bless India, God bless Indian American, and we'll see you next time. Till goodbye.
Draupadi Murmu at 64, the woman who will be India's 15th president, taking over from Ram Nath Kovind, will also be the youngest and India's first president to be born after independence. She will be sworn in on July 25th. Take a look. The Addison Police Department's Community Policing Unit was invited by Addison Glen Terrace Association for conducting a safety program for kids and young bikers in the community. The program is conducted weekly and will continue till the end of the summer. The Addison police officers teach the kids safety checks and measures while riding the bikes, helping them with fixing their helmets, for a snug, protective fit, alerting them to be aware of suspicious people or strangers and even educating them about calling 911. The program is largely supported by the parents and residents of the Edison Glen Terrace. Take a look.
So make sure the straps are tangled, which this one is kind of tangled up here. Put on your head. So I saw that you had it in the back of your head, but it's got to cover the front. So when you look up right now, you see the rim of the helmet, right? Do you see it? Yeah. So when you had it before, it wasn't all tight enough. You got a very nice helmet, actually. So we just gotta tighten the straps.
Hi, how are you? I'm Detective Shirley Dawn from the Edison Police Department, currently assigned to the Community Policing Unit. The Edison Glen Terrace Association invited us out here for a meet and greet with the kids and to talk about bicycle safety. As we see, all the kids showed up today with their bicycles. After going over some bicycle safeties for the summertime, we will also be adjusting their helmets to make sure that they properly fit their heads so they're safe while they're on their bicycles or scooters.
We've been doing this with our police department typically. However, during the months of COVID, we had to stop. We are now back out there in our community. We're being creative with the community-oriented policing unit that I'm assigned to as a supervisor with Detective Dong and Detective Innocent. What we do is we try to bridge the gap and come out here and mingle with the residents who are very important to us. We have the support of our Mayor Joshi, our Police Chief Tom Bryan, our Deputy Chief Robert Dudash, and Deputy Chief Howard Askelson, along with the command staff and basically the entire police department. This initiative is something that we've been doing. We advertise on our social media platforms because little communities will come out, they'll request our services for an event like this, but also when we're teaching the kids not only about bicycle safety, helmets, how to contact us via 911, we're making strides towards relationships with our police officers, which is crucial for the youngsters to come out, speak to us, tell us what's on their mind, let us know how their summer's going, and it's just an event that we can kind of, focus on safety issues within the township, one community at a time.
Thank you so much for the gift. Nice to say thank you.
Here we are. Help the children be safe.
Yeah.
It's the best thing we can do. They are our future, and we have to make sure that they make it to the future.
To call 911 when you need emergencies, like a car accident or someone's following you, fire.
Hi, my name is Sonam. My kids are Ziana and Jishan. I really found it very informative that Edison State Police took such an initiative, to come to a community and actually educate kids about safety rules, about 911. A few of the rules even I didn't know existed before they educated us.
Yes, tell me what's going on here.
So what's going on is they're telling us
One person at a time.
safety from strangers and the helmets. Yes, fire helmets.
You aren't wearing one?
Huh? Oh yeah, because one of my friends broke my helmet.
Oh.
Aki.
Basically, this event is for awareness about the security environment because the lots of kids they play in this community, and the board and some other friends from the community they took initiative related to so that the kids can be aware. And last week itself, we started this kind of a small get-together. We call the kids, kids always like a pizza. So this thing, not only for the kids, but for the adults also, because the people, they come from various parts of the world. They are not aware about the significance of the security in this, particularly in the US. So the cops are here, they are telling us how to call 911, what is the meaning of that, when to do, when not to do. These all things, we are really glad to continue with this kind of events because this is for our future. This is for our kids, for ourselves.
And I live over here in community for past 25 years, as you know it. And I'm part of it, whatever the President Harpreet says, I have to follow him. and that's a good thing that he is doing for community and the children. And everything is spent by him only.
Very
Nothing
kind.
from the, all from the personal account, what I'm trying to say. And we keep doing it until the summer gets over. And we're trying to do next week, fire brigade can come over here.
I'm Simranpreet Kaur, and I am currently 16, turning 17 soon.
Okay, what are you doing here? I see you with a lot of pizza boxes.
I am helping give out the pizzas to the kids who have helmets and also to the kids who don't have helmets. But we're just trying to teach them here. So.
Are they learning? Are they good learners, or are you just bribing them?
I think like a part of it is a bribe, but like they're also learning a lot.
That's nice. Do you ride a bike?
I do sometimes, yeah.
Do you have your helmet?
No, I don't. But
You don't get a pizza there.
Powered by Mr. Albert Jasani and State Director Mrs. Shobna Patel, Miss Teen and Mrs. New Jersey 2022 celebrated India's 75th anniversary with Shakti the Power on July 14th and 15th at Royal Albert Palace. The winners were crowned by actor celebrity guest Riya Sen. Let's take a look at some of the highlights.
Miss India New Jersey 2022 is contestant number 5, Meera. Round of applause for the winner of Miss India New Jersey 2022, Meera. Well deserved, Meera. Congratulations. We are so proud of you. Now, the winner, first runner-up and second runner-up, wonderful walk to shine and brighten and inspire the world. The winners of Miss India New Jersey 2022. Congratulations! What a spectacular event. Tough competition. Hard questions. They did it. They should be so proud. All contestants should be proud.
Hi, my name is Nikita Narayanan. I was the first runner-up for Miss India New Jersey. And honestly, this experience was very, 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 very crazy. All the late night practices and early morning. But honestly, Sonal Auntie, Shobna ji, Albert ji, they all created such a great platform for us. And even Eric sir and Rohit Bhai, they made such great choreography for us. So thank you very much.
Hi everyone, my name is Mansi Shah and I won the title of Mrs. India New Jersey 2022. I am delighted to be here. I strongly suggest all the women and girls out there to come and participate in such events. It really helped me to boost my confidence and come out as a star. I would really like to thank all the organizers, the MCs, choreographers, photographers, and each one of us. A big thank you to my parents and my husband for supporting me all throughout the journey. Thank you very much.
Namaste, my name is Pranavi Soma. I am 14 years old and I won first runner-up Miss Teen New Jersey 2022. I am truly honored to be here tonight. Very happy that I got this title bestowed to me. And I want to thank all the people backstage who have helped me get this ready, who have helped me practice and everything. And a big thank you to all the organizers who have organized this event. It was so big and grand. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ITV Gold. Thank you for covering us and being part of our media team and always supporting us. And this was really congratulations to all the winners here. We worked very hard. We had a team of Shobna ji, Shraddha ji, Albert ji. All of their support has made this possible. And Eric, of course, for training our girls, and Rohit Bakshi. Thank you so much, ITV, for covering. This is Shakti the Power. We are celebrating the 75th anniversary of India Independence Day, and on honor, we are presenting our Shakti, our power to the world. Thank you so much.
Empowerment, always. Yes. Hi everyone, this is Raksha Tripathi. I am here as a Mrs. New Jersey 2022 and I'm so excited to be here. I never thought I'm gonna win it, but with all the training that Royal Albert team provided us, here we are. I'm so excited to win this pageant and so looking forward for the futures. Thank you.
Namaste everyone, my name is Riya Pawar and I'm Miss India Teen New Jersey 2021. So we're here at the Miss, Mrs. and Teen India New Jersey 2022 pageant and I'm so happy with how the results have turned out. I'm so happy with everyone who came out here to show their support and I'm happy with all the contestants. They've worked so hard, they've put in all the effort and it's really showing in the friendships that they've made, and on the stage they were looking gorgeous and elegant and they answered their questions with such poise and fierce braveness. I'm so happy for all of them and so thankful for ITV Gold for this opportunity.
This is Dharmatma Sharan. I'm chairman and founder of Albert Pageants. Today we are here for Miss Mrs. Teen India New Jersey. We just finished it. Crowning has been done. It was a great show. I would like to congratulate Albert Jasani and Shobna Patel. And the winners from tonight's pageant will take part in Miss Mrs. Teen India USA on August 5th. And I would like to compliment ITV for supporting this pageant. Thank you very much.
It's been an awesome event. The contestants were awesome. They were very confident, very intelligent, and it was amazing to crown them. Thank you.
Hello, welcome everybody to Royal Albert's Palace, where we're having the Miss India competition tonight. Of course, anything that happens in New Jersey connected to the Asian Indian population usually happens at Royal Albert's Palace. I'm Woodbridge Mayor John McCormick. I'm joined by my good friend, Councilman Virbhadra Viru Patel. Thank you, and we're here tonight to celebrate the Miss India competition. And Viru, Albert, and Shobna Patel just do a wonderful job. They always make their place available. They always, are generous. They donate to everything, and tonight's a great example of that.
Right. Yeah, again, thank you, Mayor, for being here tonight. I mean, your presence is really, really appreciated, and it's very well, I would say, appreciated by the whole community here. We are the center of the Indian community here. We have one of the most powerful people you could imagine in Indian community. They are here basically in Woodbridge, Addison, Piscataway. So this represents mainly our main Indian part of the community here. And this is going to be one of the most beautiful pageants tonight. Albert Jasani and the whole organizers committee, they do such a great job in organizing this contest. We call it Miss India New Jersey pageant tonight. We have so many participants here. They're wonderful ladies in really great costumes. You can see them. And we would like to wish them all best luck. We'd like to also extend our congratulations to that parent as well. But again, organizing committee in Albert deserve the big round of applause for such a doing great job.
I want to congratulate Edison Mayor Sam Joshi, who got married today, and I just left his reception. I stayed there for a little bit and said I got to go because I got to come here. But he obviously is at his own reception, otherwise he'd be here too. But congratulations to Sameep Joshi for becoming a groom today and getting married today. Congratulations to you and your new wife.
Superstar and National Film Award winner Rituparna was felicitated by Honorable Assembly Member Jennifer Rajkumar and Congressman Thomas Sozi. The hosts Dr. Deepak and Reena Nandi, MD, welcomed Rituparna at their Westbury residence in New York, where she was honored and awarded a proclamation. Let's watch some highlights.
I am Trilok Malik at the celebration evening for the movie star Rituparna at the house of Dr. Deepak Nandis. There are so many beautiful people here. Wishing everyone good health and a good evening. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Sunil Mehra, past president of API QLI and at present president of Lions Club of Hicksville. I am very honored to be at Dr. Deepak Nandi's home to welcome two enterprising people from India, a wonderful lady actress Rituparna Chakravarti and her husband Sanjay, who Rituparna has created a name for herself in Bollywood and Bengali films. She has done remarkable work with the support of her husband. She has done wonderful work. So we're very excited that Dr. Deepak Nandi involved us to come and celebrate her coming to this place. And we welcome her. We open our hearts and our homes to welcome this bright, beautiful young lady with her husband. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm so happy to be here tonight as we celebrate Rituparna, this wonderful actress that's so well known, certainly throughout Eastern India and beyond. And it's going to be a great celebration here tonight at Dr. Nandi and Dr. Nandi's house. So thanks so much for being here. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everybody. It is a true honor to have the Congressman Tom Swazi along with Assemblywoman Jennifer Rajkumar here to welcome the superstar of India, Rituparna Sengupta, her husband Sanjay Chakrabarti, and we are truly privileged to have both Jennifer and Tom. Jennifer is the rising star, and we look forward for her to rise up while we follow her up closely.
Namaste. I'm so happy to be here at our good friend Dr. Deepak Nandi's house. And we are here with the luminaries of our community. There's the first Indian American woman elected in this state. I'm just so proud when I'm around this kind of company and to see how well our community is doing. And we also have with us today an incredible movie star. She's famous, and we will be welcoming her today. So thank you very much.
This is Dr. Sudhir Parikh. I'm a great friend of Dr. Deepak Nandi. We go a long way, and really today he hosted kind of Bangla Bhushan.
Yes.
Bangla Bhushan actress
Neetu Panna Sengupta.
Neetu Panna Sengupta is supposed to be a very famous, very popular and superstar of the Bengali films. And she is very young, and still she has long, big career to go. But she is really great, and it's very Deepak is really nice of you to inviting me and Sudha, and we really enjoying it, and wish you all the best, and thank you very much.
To Rituparna Sengupta, and welcome here. We're so happy to have you here. It's really a great honor for us to be here. And Sanjay Chakrabarti, thank you so much for being here as well. I guess you travel around with her a lot.
No, not at all. Very rarely.
So on behalf, I can say this, on behalf of the people of the United States of America, I want to present you with this citation, and thank you so much for joining us and doing such a wonderful job for the Bengali community. Thank you.
I think tears are welling up. Such an honor. I'm so deeply touched. I'm humbled, and I don't know what to say. I believe in long years of toil and hardship, and so much of diligence, toil, maybe is the result of what I got today. This is amazing. Thank you, Dr. Nandi and Mrs. Dr. Nandi, to confer this honor upon me to make this wonderful evening possible, which is absolutely out of the world. I'm so honored and privileged to get this honor from New York State, illustrious people who are just doing incredible work and who we look up to. Thank you, Tom, for giving this rare honor. I don't know what to say. I'm just too much, emotional, and I can't hold it. Thank you, Jennifer. As you said, that Indian woman is just conquering the world, which is so true, and I truly believe in it. It's not about the belief, but I try to execute and exercise the things which I believe that we should do and go out there and make a difference. So I'm trying very hard to make the difference. And thank you for all those kind words, and how beautifully you've written it. And you are the power, and as you rightly said, that Dr. Nandi is giving that empowerment to others, and he's the power of the word on the table. I believe truly, because when he contacted me and he really wanted to, sort of showcase my work and my identity, I felt that truly, that he actually loves Indian heritage, culture, and people who mean that way, important to him.
Thank you.
And I'm very touched to meet you, Mrs. Nandi. You've been such a great personality. You've been here for so long, and you've been the true inspiring factor in Dr. Nandi's life, I believe. Every woman has got that. Yes. Behind every successful man, there is a woman, and I believe it is a vice versa. And truly, I'm very touched today that my husband and my family is present here. So I think he has been there for me, actually struggling to see that, that a wife who is so busy in her life, he's actually giving me a lot of support and a lot of encouragement, and he's taking, lot of problems to deal with.
We'll talk about that later.
But I believe that he's been that encouraging factor in my life, and thank you everyone. Thank you everyone who has come here to, make this moment very special. Thank you, Tom. Thank you to your beautiful wife as well, who has been there with you today to encourage this whole thing. And thank you very much for giving me such a rare honor. I will remember it truly throughout my life. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very happy to be here this evening. We are honoring Rituparna, who is one of the top actresses in India, has played in so many movies and also received so many awards. We invited her to Long Island with Dr. Nandi's house, and we are honoring her today because of all her contributions to the film land, all Bollywood. Thank you.
And that's a wrap on Vision of Asia tonight. Send us your suggestions and community news that you would like us to cover for our print and television coverage at events@itvgold.com. Follow us on our Facebook handle at ITVGold. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and pick up a free copy of Desi Talk if you're in the tri-state or in the Chicago area for community news, entertainment and events in US and India. You can also read the News India Times newspaper online at www.newsindiatimes.com or subscribe to the hard copy by calling 212-675-7515. This is Pia Jyoti Kachru signing off.